I'm Sarah James with Vintage Guitar Legacies here in Lansing, Michigan at the incredible, amazing Elderly Instruments founded in 1972 by Stan Werbin. 53 years in business, your place for guitars, ukuleles, mandolins, banjos galore. Come on in, let's have some fun. Introduced in 1940, the Gibson ES-250 is one of the most historically important electric guitars of the swing era. Part of Gibson's electric Spanish line, the ES-250, was designed as a professional upgrade to the earlier ES-150, which had been made famous by jazz guitarist Charlie Christian. Like the ES-150, it featured the now legendary single-bar pickup that became forever known as the Charlie Christian pickup. Stan, wow, what do you got here? This is amazing. It's a piece of history.
It is. Well, everything's a piece of history, Sarah, you know.
And so are you and me.
A little bit, maybe. Anyway, what we have here is a Gibson ES-250, which is the model up from the Charlie Christian guitar, which is the ES-150. My memory tells me those were first made around 1938 and until the early 40s. Charlie Christian was the first lead electric guitar player, and he played with the Benny Goodman Orchestra, known for sort of endlessly, I mean, he could play a different solo and continue to play different solos to the song they were doing for a long time, 20 minutes, an hour. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, as long as Benny would let him play, Benny would just let him go for a while, because he was such a great improviser.
Yeah.
And he was, you know, in his early 20s at the time. Of course, Benny Goodman was already an established big band orchestra. So, and he used to play a Gibson ES-150 most of the time.
Was that electrified?
There was an electrified guitar. It had a pickup that was very similar to this. It's got this hexagonal housing to it. That pickup had a straight bar pickup, as opposed to these are just individual bars for each string here. But this is considered a Charlie Christian pickup, as well as the other one. Okay. The other one is the classic Charlie Christian pickup, but this is essentially the same sounding kind of pickup, as I understand it. They might have had some left over and sort of finished them up in 42 and 43.
Yeah, there weren't very many, were there?
No, there weren't very many of these at all.
That's really rare. Because production was interrupted by World War II, very few ES-250s were made. Estimates range only in the hundreds. That rarity, combined with its direct association with the birth of the amplified jazz guitar, has made it a coveted collector's piece today. Now, an original 1940 Gibson ES-250 stands not just as a beautiful instrument, but as a milestone in the history and the story of the electric guitar. How did you find this?
This guitar,
is another one just walked in the store?
You know, it showed up, and it's a work of art. I mean, it has some very interesting decorative features. It has these open book inlays on the fingerboard. It's got the Grover Imperial tuners with the stair-step buttons on it. A lot of these models also had stair-step pegheads with a stair-step arrangement to the sides of the peghead. It's all kind of Art Deco-y. The tailpiece is different also. They had a kind of a fancier tailpiece on a lot of the models. But there's an inconsistency. I think they were all kind of custom order.
I love the Bakelite knobs.
Yeah, well, and those are, those look, to me, I'm sure I've seen these knobs on other things, maybe on lap steel guitars.
Or maybe an old toaster.
Well, or an old toaster. There were a number of them like this, and so this is definitely an ES-250. You know, it's a really cool guitar, and it's really rare.
So this would be something you would see in a big band with a guitarist on hand, or a trio maybe?
Well, for a while. I mean, as I was saying, Charlie Christian was actually seen playing this model, several different versions of this model.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a different guitar than the ES-150.
sets the ES-250 apart, it has a larger 17-inch body, more ornate appointments, oftentimes with a bound F-holes, fancy fingerbore inlays, and available in a natural or sunburst finish that gave it the same stature and presence as Gibson's top acoustic arch tops of the day. Sonically, it offered a warmer, fuller response than the 150, making it especially appealing for big band guitarists who needed both rhythm, power, and single note clarity to cut through horn sections of the band. Okay, that wraps up today's episode featuring the legendary 1940s era Gibson ES-250. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Head over to vintageguitarlegacies.com for guitar giveaways, exclusive promos, and our newsletter to stay plugged into everything we're dropping next. And a very special thank you to Stan and Lillian at Elderly Instruments for opening their doors to us and helping us make this episode possible. I'm Sarah James. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.